This is something that I've preached to people over and over and over again, and this is one of the most important videos that I will ever make in my entire life. Understanding how to use your brain effectively, to reprogram it, to do the things that you want it to do is going to be the most amazing and life-changing experience that you will probably ever go through. And if it's not the most, it will be at least in the top 3. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because I get a lot of people asking me in the DMs, how do you transform yourself? All those questions are fantastic questions that can simply be answered with a lot of hard work. Now, if you want to become more successful and you've never been overly successful in your life, you have to understand that you are creating something new inside of your brain and therefore rewiring things inside of your brain. That's very hard to do. That's why a lot of people give up. Now, let me just say this really quick. If nobody has ever told you this and you've never been aware of this, your life is about to completely change and be flipped upside down, because I am here to tell you today that you can take so many, to be dead honest, you can take just about every single situation in your life and have it work directly for you. Look, life doesn't just happen to you. Life happens for you if you want it to happen for you. Now, you can sit there and take life and let it, and I say take life, you can take life's beatings and take the crap in life and all this other stuff. Or you can make life into what you want, and you can let life work for you by creating the mindset that allows you to become the person that you want to be, which realistically is the person that allows situations to mold you correctly. And not only that, you allow yourself to speak the correct things into your life, to mold your personality, your mindset into what you want to see happen. When you start to change your thinking and you start to manifest these thoughts inside of your brain, you have to understand that we're all made for different things. And number one, I don't ever want anybody to get confused. Your life is designed to succeed in the way that you were designed, and that's the most important and significant thing that I have ever understood in my entire life, because so many times I tried to put myself in a box that I was never designed for. So just remember that. Creativity is a wonderful thing, and I believe that we all have creativity, we should all use it, but your creativity is different than mine, and you need to accept that. If you are not willing to imagine beyond the things that you can see, and I like to call it faith. I have faith in the things unseen. If you're not willing to imagine in things that you've never seen before, your creativity is probably going to be low. Your imagination in the things unseen is what's going to create something that has never been seen before. Therefore, that's why you should dedicate your life to becoming more of a creative person. Now, let me really get to the meat and potatoes here for why I'm doing this entire thing. And I've drifted on this video specifically because I don't want to be 100% professional here. I want to be a friend to you, and I want to talk to you and mentor you through some situations in life. And if you have more questions about what I previously just talked about, ask me and I will answer those. Now, what I'm really talking about here is, what do you tell yourself? It's about having a vision for your life. So speaking things into your life correctly is actually how you produce your goals. But how do you do that, right? It's weird. So let me explain this very fast. What do I do? Well, at nighttime before I go to sleep, I am aware of something. When I fall asleep, I fall out of my state of consciousness, and my subconscious is 100% available. Now, there's a lot of people that they like to listen to, they like to either have a speaker playing or have headphones in their ears, and it's very effective. The sound is telling them, hey, you're a successful person, you're going to be rich, and or you're going to help millions of people, or you're going to do a wonderful thing here. Whatever it is that they want to see happen in their life, they are telling their brain that, and their subconscious is naturally taking it in. But I like to do something different because, let's just be honest, I like my sleep and I don't want any interruption. Before I go to sleep at night, after I read my Bible, I will write in my journal. And I do this every single night. I say, my name is RJ Fisher, I'm a godly man. My name is RJ Fisher, and I am disciplined. My name is RJ Fisher, and I'm going to make millions of dollars. I tell myself that before I go to sleep. I write it in my journal, and then I reread it out loud. Sometimes I read it once, sometimes I read it 5 times. And that's the last thing that I process consciously on purpose through my eyes and really works for me, and that might work for you, and that's an offer that I'm willing to give you to try out. And I believe it'll work for a lot of people, because what I'm finding is when I wake up in the morning and I'm getting ready to start my day, let me tell you something too. When I wake up in the mornings, it is essential for me to start my mornings correctly in order for me to go in the direction that I want to go. Starting my morning correctly with my correct routine is so successful for me. And so when I wake up in the mornings after I've been doing this journal stuff, in the morning I'll wake up and I'm like, oh, my name's RJ Fisher, I'm a godly man. And then I'll start remembering the other things. And what I'm doing is I'm transforming my identity. Look, I've been through some really tough times, and sometimes it's very easy for me to take on my pain and the tough times that I've been through and allow that to form my identity. So when I'm forming this new identity and I feel this, what happens when I get the light bulb and I'm like, oh wait, my name is RJ Fisher, I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm like, let's go do some work, let me go do this, let me go do that. I remind myself of my identity and then I react from it. Now, the biggest thing obviously is you've got to be willing to put in the work and the sacrifice and the blood, sweat, and tears to create what you want to create. Look, when you were born, they had to slap you or whatever it is they had to do to get you to breathe. You cried, right? Okay. Now, I like to use that as a very symbolic reason, because it's like you're crying for life to begin. And that's kind of essential to me right now. You have to be willing to understand something that's very important. Life can be very cruel. And when you enter life and you take your first breath, you are absolutely at the will of whatever it is that life is about to throw at you. And it is up to you. It is up to your fight. It is up to your mechanism of thinking to react correctly. And if nobody's ever taught you this, congratulations. This is your first time hearing it. Ask me any questions below or in the DMs on Instagram. If you guys want me to answer any other questions, maybe more in detail, I've really kind of I've skimmed the top of a lot of stuff quickly, and I've kind of been all over the place because there's so many things to touch, and I'm just trying to really cultivate your brain to start thinking of more things. Maybe you never thought about it before, and maybe now you've produced a question that you want answered. Please ask me the question, and I guarantee you that if I do not have the answer, I will do whatever it takes to find out the answer for you, because I genuinely care about people that want to grow, and I want to help you. Thank you guys for checking this out, and yeah, I don't know what to say. Like, subscribe? I don't know. I don't want to be that dude that's always asking people to subscribe. Like, if you like me, you gonna subscribe, right?